We come at you from the shores of Lake Erie. EA Sports has the coverage of the NFL from First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns.
Matt Prater is set to kick off.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And this carries into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
First down 10 at their own 20-yard line.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brings up second.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Escaping the pressure right. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 8 and a 1st down.
Short yardage situation, you have to wonder if they thought that they were just going to run it inside. But you have to be cognizant of the back slipping out in the backfield trying to find some open space. And that's exactly what he does to the tune of a 1st down.
He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Off of play action, Darnold.
Over the middle to Beckham. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what their opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does. And in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big shots on that opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays, sustain it. They've done that. The defense now on their heels a little.
That they are. And you know what else is happening now? They're gaining information. They're gaining knowledge about how the defense is planning on playing them. So not only are they being successful on this drive, they're filing things away for future drives in this game.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. A 1st carry now for Nick Chubb.
And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down.
Check 55, check 55.
Darnold from the gun. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Just 21 yards on the punt there. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. A first carry here for Joe Mixon. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett.
4 yards.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6.
Okay, just like that. Just like that. 56 for my boy. 56. Check 56.
Here's a quick throw to Higgins out wide.
Burrow's pass.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And finally, he is out of bounds, but not before taking it down near the 15.
16-yard line.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And it's caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
1st and goal at the 1. They'll give it to Chubb, and he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season, and the Browns have taken the early lead. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was, and when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
5-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 44-yard line. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Got a man open, it's Ross. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Mixon with a first down carry. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
He was brought down by...
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he's going to take this down close to a first down at the Browns' 13-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
A quick throw now complete to Ross. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
Complete.
A gain of 6 there on first.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd down at the 14-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Ingram. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. Burrow now off the bootleg. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And they will get to him at the 7 and stop him short of the first down marker. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down. So on is Matt Prater now to try a field goal here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
A lane opens here. He's past the 30.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared.
That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. A big play that time for Cleveland. 59 yards. So not quite a first and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him 3 on the game there. 2nd and goal.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
He's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
For the field goal. A 27-yard attempt.
Seibert's kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive, but you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, it's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run here with Mixon. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Down at the 45-yard line.
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Burrow on his toes that time as they get the 1st down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. Now a timeout taken.
Joe Mixon.
Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
To kick off for Cleveland.
The Bengals with work to do in this third quarter, but they'll get the football first as we are back underway. Taken in the end zone. And the half will begin with a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL, and all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Burrow. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Well, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now Joe Mixon. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now left side on the swing pass. It'll be a pickup of 12 yards, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. Now it's Burrow. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55. Man, 80. I'm coming.
After the interception, here's Darnold. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. It's caught inside the 25. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3.
Browns 17. Bengals 3. Austin Seibert.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Third quarter action. Appreciate you joining us from Cleveland, Ohio. 2nd and 10. And this will be incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face. Coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Play action. It's Darnold. And Darnold, he lost the football. And the Bengals grab it. Does the big boy have the juice? He's at the 50. The 30. Past the 20. 10. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Cincinnati touchdown.
Here we go. Here we go.
This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. And you know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
Prater for the extra point. And that slices the lead down to 17-10.
Matt Prater set to kick off.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. A fairly short kick from the 14. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number one because margin for error is starting to slip away. Now it's down to a one-score game.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
And at the 41-yard line.
A play fake, and it's Darnold. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
For Odell Beckham, incomplete. Brings up second and 10.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Second down and 10, Darnold. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
At the 12-yard line.
Darnold to throw again. Flushed out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Sam Hubbard. Excellent job on that play. A big loss. 18 yards after the sack. Oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down. Caught the defense off guard there a bit on second and long, but now you still have to deal with third and long.
Yeah, you do, but you feel pretty good about the last play, don't you? And maybe it gives you a little bit of confidence dialing up the next one, that maybe your team will believe in it when you send it in.
That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Austin Hooper, his second touchdown on the season, and the Browns add on to their lead. And the lead is up to 14.
Good. Makes the score Browns 24, Bengals 10. Austin Seibert to kick off for Cleveland.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Burrow will throw. He finds his running back, Mixon. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9. The Bengals on third down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is third and 9. They're passing here. Joe Burrow eluding the pressure right. Hard throw, incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
It's fourth down.
Going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Out of his hands quickly to Higgins. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. From the 32 now. Here's first and 10. A shotgun snap for Darnold. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that is caught. But he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
50 seconds to Mike. 50 seconds to Mike. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. 50 seconds to Mike. Rock 57. I'm here all day.
Now it's Darnold. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Once again, they run with Mixon. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
On third down, Burrow. And that will be incomplete.
I like what they tried to do there, tried to hit him with something quick, get the ball in his hands, and hope he could make some yards after the catch and pick up a first down. Weren't able to do so on that play.
Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Browns drive about to get started. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. Charles, thinking back to what you said in the first quarter, that part of the magic elixir for a road victory for these underdogs was going to be winning the turnover battle. Well, they only have one right now. Look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, not exactly playing to the form that I subscribed, right? When you talk about winning that turnover battle, that evens things out, especially for a road team, especially for a team that's an underdog.
Incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
He finds Beckham complete. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. Faking the give. Darnold going up top. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down.
It leads to second and 10.
They work again from the 38 on second and 10. And Darnold wants to throw the football. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
You ain't doing nothing today. 57's Mike. Mike 57. In your face. 57.
Again, Darnold. And he comes back with one complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll bring up a second down.
At the 2-yard line.
57's the ball. Watch the screen.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Browns add 6 to their lead.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage. And now 3rd and 11 coming up.
And it's 3rd down.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. They'll roll him out right. He's got his man, Boyd. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
38.
Little OT scramble drill that time, Mr. Davis.
And, partner, I can tell you from personal experience, nothing drives a defense crazier than having things covered and the quarterback takes off and picks up a first down or big yardage. Because whether you're in zone or man, it's easy to lose track of him because you don't always have someone assigned to him. And once he goes, now everybody's scrambling to try and tackle him.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis.